Explore the idea of a quadratic sequence, I'm going to run through first of all how we can work out the nth term of a quadratic sequence. I'm going to run through why this is the case, and then I'm also going to give you some exam style questions to have a go at. So, I'm just going to go through the process that I use to find out what the nth term of a quadratic sequence is. So, I've got some numbers here, and I want to find the nth term. The first thing I do whenever I have any sequence, even if I don't know if it's quadratic or not, first of all I want to find the difference, because that's the key to a sequence. It's how much it goes up by each time. Here we're going up by 6, we're going up by 8, and we're going up by 10. So first of all, this is my first difference, and it's not the same value, it's not going up by the same amount each time. So I know now that this can't be a linear sequence because it's not going up by a set amount each time. So then I have to look at my second difference. My second difference, it's going up by 2 each time. So this actually tells me what one of my values could be. This is my first step. So in order to do this, I need to know what a quadratic sequence is and what way it wants it to be written. Now often it's given to you in the question, but most commonly it wants it in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b and c will be some constants. The second difference actually tells us some information about our quadratic equation. It tells us what 2 of our a is. So I know that my second difference, this here, is equal to 2a. And we'll get on to why that's the case later on in the video. But for now, if I know that 2a is equal to 2, that means my value of a must be equal to 1. I always halve my second difference. In order to work out my other values, I need to be a little bit clever. So if we think about this, if I want to work out what term it is at the end, I want to know what my 0th term would be, because my c value would be if x is equal to 0. This would cancel out and this would cancel out. So if I can find out what my 0th term is, which is a 1 before my first term, I can work out what c is. So here I'm going up by 2 each time, so just looking at my sequence going back, plus 10, plus 8, plus 6, it would make sense that this would have to be plus 4. Because this is plus 4, what value do I add 4 onto it to get to 5? Be 1. So therefore my c term must be 1. Finally, to work out b, I'm going to look at what happens when x is equal to 1. When x is equal to 1, I end up with a plus b plus c, and that would be my first term. My first term is 5, so a plus b plus c is equal to 5. 1 plus 1 is 2, so my last value to make it equal to 5 must be 3. So therefore I've got my values of a, b and c. By looking at my quadratic equation, I end up with x squared plus bx, oops, sorry about that, x squared plus 3x plus 1. And that would be my nth term of this sequence. So to go through why this is the case, I'm going to first of all be looking at my sequence to start off with. Looking at my sequence then, in terms of a, b and c, well, I already know that my first term is just going to be the term of a plus b plus c, because that would be when x is equal to 1. When x is equal to 2, I get a lots of 2 squared, which is 4a, b lots of x, which is 2b, and I get this plus c again. That would be my second term. And my third term would be x equals 3, so it would be 9a plus 3b plus c. I don't need to carry on, but I'm just going to use these 3. So this would just be a general case. This would be what my values are. So when I look to find out the difference at each time, we can see that the difference between these two is 3a and a b. The difference between these two is 5a and a b. They're not the same, so I work out the difference between these two. And the difference between these two is 2a. And that's always the case because this is just the general form. So therefore I can always say that if my second difference is the same each time, so for this scenario it was, I could say that second difference is always 2a. So, what I would like you to have a go at, thinking about the process that I've just done, and if you're not sure about it, go back and rewatch it. I'd like you to work out the nth term of these three sequences, please. So, thank you for pausing and having a go. So the first thing we need to do is know that this is going up in 8, then 12, and then this is going to be 16. So it's plus 4 and plus 4. So therefore my value of a must be equal to 2, because it's half of 4. Looking backwards then, it goes 16, 12, 8. This would be plus 4. What value do I add 4 on to get to 2? Well, that would be c, and that is negative 2. Add these together, and my value of b, it must equal 2. 2 add negative 2 is 0. Add 2 would give me 2. So therefore my equation for this one, it should be 2x squared plus 2x subtract 2. I'm going to do the same thing for the next one. It goes plus 8, plus 14, and then plus 20. So this time it's plus 6. So my a is going to be equal to 3. To work out what my value of c is, if this is plus 8 and we're plussing 6 each time, this is going to be plus 2. So therefore my c must be equal to 0. 3 add 0 add something is 2, so b must be negative 1. So for this equation it's 3x squared, subtract x, and that would be it. For the last one, a quadratic sequence starts as this term. Show that the nth term is 2n squared plus 4n subtract 14. So I can just rewrite this equation, and I just want to work out the nth term of it. So first thing I'm going to do, like always, is work out the differences. Plus 10, plus 14, plus 18, plus 4 and plus 4, which I know will give me a is equal to 2. And I can tick off this first bit because I've got that. My next thing I want to work out is my 0th term to tell me what c is equal to. So if this is plus 10, 14, 18, this would be plus 6. What value, when I add 6 onto it, gives me negative 8? Well, it would be negative 14. So my c must be negative 14. And my value of b, because I'm showing this, I'm going to actually write this out. I'm going to say that 2 plus b subtract 14 is going to equal to negative 8. Well, 2 subtract 14 plus 8 is going to equal negative b. So negative b is going to equal negative 4. Therefore, b would equal 4. Now, that may not be the most fluent way of doing it. However, that's just the way that I worked it out, and I'm not sure why. That would give me a value of b equals 4. So therefore, I end up with the equation of 2n squared plus 4n subtract 14, which is required. So as required. I hope you enjoyed this video on quadratic sequences. If you have any questions or any queries, please don't hesitate to let me know. Thank you very much for watching.